Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a fascinating topic for both coin collectors and history buffs alike, the 1991 USA 1 cent coin, commonly known as the penny. We'll explore its history, design, minting details, and most importantly, its circulating value today. So let's get started. The 1991 penny is part of the Lincoln Penny series, which was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. The obverse of the coin features Lincoln's profile, while the reverse depicts the iconic 1 cent surrounded by the words E pluribus unum and the depiction of the Lincoln Memorial, which has been on the penny since 1959. Now, let's take a moment to talk about the design changes that have occurred over the years. The 1991 penny has the traditional copper composition, which was changed in 1982 to a zinc core with a thin copper plating. This change was largely due to rising copper prices. In 1991, the U.S. Mint produced several billion pennies, with the Philadelphia Mint striking about 3.4 billion and the Denver Mint producing around 3.6 billion. That means a lot of 1991 pennies were circulated, and you might find many of them in your change today. One interesting note: there were no major errors reported for the 1991 penny, which means that most of them are pretty standard and lack the unique features that collectors often look for. Now, let's get to the part you're really interested in: the circulating value of the 1991 penny. As of now, in average condition, these coins typically hold a value of about 1 cent. Yes, that's right, face value. However, the condition can significantly affect the price. Moreover, if you happen to find a penny with a particularly striking flaw or a unique feature, it could fetch a higher price among collectors. But in general, the 1991 penny isn't considered a key date or rarity in the numismatic world. So, there you have it. The 1991 penny is a fascinating little piece of American history, though its current value is mostly nominal. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, always remember to check your change. You never know what treasures you might find. Understand the significance of the 1991 penny. We need to first look back at the history of the 1 cent coin itself. The penny has been a staple of American currency since the Coinage Act of 1792, which established the U.S. Mint. Over the years, the design and composition of the penny have evolved, reflecting changes in society, technology, and economics. The 1991 penny is part of a long lineage featuring the iconic Lincoln design, which has graced the coin since 1909. But what's particularly interesting about this coin is not just its design, but also the context in which it was produced. In the early 1990s, the United States was navigating through a recession. The economy was experiencing challenges, with rising unemployment and a shift in consumer confidence. This was a pivotal time for many aspects of American life, including its currency. The penny, being the lowest denomination, often reflects the sentiments of the public regarding money. While many saw pennies as trivial, they played an essential role in everyday transactions. In 1991, the U.S. Mint produced approximately 8 billion pennies. This massive output was not just to keep up with demand, it was a response to the changing dynamics of cash usage and inflation. Collecting coins has become a popular hobby, and the 1991 penny is no exception. While not necessarily rare, certain varieties and errors have caught the attention of numismatists. For instance, there are some 1991 pennies with misprints and unusual mint marks that collectors seek after. These variations can sometimes fetch a premium over face value. Fast forward to today. The future of the penny is often debated. Some argue for its elimination due to production costs outweighing its value, while others defend its cultural significance. Many Americans have a soft spot for the penny, as it has been a part of their lives for generations. But what does the future hold? Only time will tell. The 1991 penny is more than just a small coin. It represents a moment in American history, a blend of economic challenges and cultural identity. First, let's take a quick look at the history of the penny. The U.S. 1 cent coin has been in circulation since 1793. Over the years, it has gone through numerous design changes, with the most notable being the transition from the Indian head design to the Lincoln penny in 1909. The Lincoln penny, designed by Victor David Brenner, is what you see today. But how did the 1991 version fit into this long history? The 1991 penny features the iconic bust of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with the words "In God We," which has been a staple of the penny since 1959. What's fascinating about the 1991 penny is the design is part of a long tradition, but there are subtle differences that collectors notice, especially in terms of mint marks and variations in finish.in 1991. The U.S. Mint produced a significant number of pennies, over 6 billion. Most of these are still in circulation today, which makes them relatively common. When we talk about circulated condition, we're referring to coins that have been used in everyday transactions. This means they often show signs of wear and tear, such as scratches, discoloration, and perhaps even some minor dents. Now, you might be wondering, are 1991 pennies worth collecting? In circulated condition, their value is typically just 1 cent. However, uncirculated examples, those that have been kept in pristine condition, can fetch a few dollars, especially if graded by a reputable coin grading service. Collectors often look for the finest details, such as the clarity of the design and the luster of the coin. If you're interested in assessing the condition of your 1991 pennies, there are some key factors to consider. Look for signs of abrasion or loss of detail on Lincoln's face, and the memorial.a shiny penny often indicates it has been well-preserved. We discussed the 1991 penny. It's essential to consider the future of the 1 cent coin. With rising production costs and ongoing debates about its relevance in modern currency, some are calling for the penny's discontinuation. What do you think? Should we keep the penny, or is it time for it to go? Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who occasionally digs through your pocket change, the 1991 penny offers a unique glimpse into American history. Its design and widespread circulation make it a fascinating subject of study. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1991 1 cent coin, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. What coins would you like us to explore next? Let us know in the comments below. Let's get started. First off, let's talk about the design. The 1997 penny features the iconic Lincoln design on the obverse, created by Victor David Brenner. The design has been around since 1909 and pays tribute to one of America's most beloved presidents. On the reverse, we see the Lincoln Memorial, a design that's been in circulation since 1959. The 1997 penny is made from a copper-plated zinc composition. This means that while it has that classic copper look, it's actually 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper. This change occurred in 1982 to reduce production costs. So how does this affect its value? In terms of circulation value, the 1997 penny is pretty straightforward. If you find one in your pocket change, it's worth 1 cent. However, the real value comes into play when we look at its condition and rarity. A typical 1997 penny in average circulated condition is worth just its face value. However, if you have a coin that is uncirculated, it can fetch a price ranging from 10 to 20 cents, depending on the buyer. Mint condition coins, especially those graded by professional services, can be valued higher. Now, let's talk about rarity and collectability. While millions of 1997 pennies were minted, over 5 billion, to be precise, certain factors can make a particular penny more desirable to collectors. One thing collectors look for is the mint mark. The 1997 penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia coins don't carry a mint mark, while the Denver mint coins have a D, and those from San Francisco have an S. These, the 1997's proof coins, are the most sought after, particularly in pristine condition. But keep in mind, these were primarily made for collectors, so they're not commonly found in circulation. If you're looking to identify the value of your 1997 pennies, here are some tips. First, check the condition. Look for any signs of wear or damage. A penny with sharp details and no scratches is going to be worth more. Next, consider getting your coins graded. Professional grading can significantly increase their value, especially if you have something unique. Let's talk about some common mistakes people make. One is thinking old pennies are worth more than face value. The 1997 penny, in general, isn't particularly rare, so don't hold on to it thinking it's a hidden treasure, unless it's in exceptional condition. So, to wrap it up, the 1997 US 1 cent coin is a fascinating piece of currency. While its face value is just 1 cent, its collectability can vary widely based on condition, mint mark, and rarity. Let's take a closer look at the design of the 1997 penny. The obverse features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design has been in use since 1909, marking the centennial of Lincoln's birth. Now, let's talk about the historical context of the 1997 penny. The late 1990s was a period of economic prosperity in the United States. The economy was booming, and the penny was still a vital part of everyday transactions. In 1997, the penny continued to circulate widely, helping to facilitate small purchases. However, debates about its value began to surface. The cost of producing a penny began to exceed its face value due to rising metal prices. Speaking of production, let's discuss how the 1997 pennies were made. In 1997, the U.S. Mint produced approximately 5.5 billion 1-cent coins. Most of these coins were struck in copper-plated zinc, which was the standard since 1982. Each penny starts as a strip of metal, which is then cut into blanks, heated, and stamped with designs. The entire process is highly automated. Let's consider how the 1997 penny has been viewed by collectors. The 1997 1-cent coin is generally not considered rare, but it does have some interesting variations worth noting. In terms of grading, most 1997 pennies found in circulation today are in good or fine condition. However, coins graded as uncirculated or proof can fetch higher prices in the numismatic market. To understand the collector's market better, we attended a local coin show. Let's hear from some collectors and dealers about their thoughts on the 1997 penny. I think the 1997 penny is interesting, especially for newer collectors. It's a great way to learn about grading and the history behind coins. While not rare, the 1997 penny can still hold sentimental value for many. It's part of a generation that remembers when coins were more commonly used. As we've seen, the 1997 penny may not be rare or particularly valuable in a monetary sense, but it represents a crucial part of American history and daily life. Its continued circulation reflects both nostalgia and practicality. The penny has been a staple in American transactions for over a century, and even as digital payments rise, there are many who advocate for its continued use. So, what do you think? So do we keep the penny in circulation, or is it time to retire this little piece of history? And let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Let's take a look at the history behind the penny. The U.S. 1-cent coin has undergone many transformations since its inception in 1793. By 1997, the penny was in its 21st year of featuring the iconic Lincoln line, created by Victor David Brenner. In 1997, the penny was still primarily composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc, making it heavier and giving it a distinct feel compared to today's pennies, which are now primarily made of zinc with a thin copper coating. The obverse features President Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse showcases the familiar Lincoln Memorial. This design is cherished by many and represents an important part of American history. Now, let's talk about the circulation condition of these coins. Most 1997 pennies you'll find today are in varying states of wear. Circulated coins will show signs of wear, scratches, and discoloration. If you come across a 1997 penny in uncirculated condition, it could be a gem worth holding onto. Oh, what's a 1997 penny worth? In circulated condition, it typically holds face value just 1 cent. However, uncirculated coins can fetch a premium.